Welcome back to What Arty Nibs with General Disturbance, and here we are on Swamp, and this was a battle some time ago, almost every year ago this replay, and at the time I only had one mark of excellence on my SU-122, and battle's about to commence. Now, with some of my arties, I tend to favour the southern position to get closer to the battle. Don't always go here, but sometimes I do, and I get good results from it. So it's worth paying attention to the fact that you can get fairly close to the enemy and still be fairly safe. And this little position is double bushed, so it means that you are protected twice over, and you get a pretty good view of the enemy. And you can see I'm looking into the enemy area. Now, I don't know if I do any shell cameras in this one. Now, I accidentally moved backwards. I must have hit the wrong key, and I moved backwards, and that's why my reticule was jumping all over the place. But I've moved forward again, and nicely situated, ready to spot the enemy. Now I target that corner because I think somebody's bound to poke their head round that corner. So I think, right, well, I'll be waiting for them. The moment they stick their head round, they'll get a shell in it. Our team are coming up. The enemy's bound to stick their head round the corner. Come on, stick your head round. Let me put one in it. Nope. Nope, nobody's seen. That's unfortunate, but what I do see is the enemy's got very close. They've managed to find a way to get through all of our defences as a G1R, and he's come up the east passage, and he's taken out. Okay, so I then pass my attention back to the south again, and yes, there are some enemy in the castle area. A Churchill 1. That appears to be all at the moment, and he's facing off against the T1 Heavy, who's in the courtyard, but he's backing away. And we see two SU-76s coming up, but there's an AMX-38. Do you see that? Just off to one side. Now, he's unsighted. The others can't see him, but he's there, and looks like it's about to take pot shots of them. Round out, and he's no more. I do love it when you can one-shot a tank like that. Bit pity now that you can't do it, but there again, I would trade having stun and being able to be a teammate to being able to one-shot arties. But I do like that fizzle sound as the shell goes in and blows them up. Okay, almost loaded. Churchill 1, do you want a shell? I can special delivery for you. And yes, right into the front, tracks him on both tracks simultaneously. He's not going anywhere, not fast anyway. Now come on team, put some shells into him please. And he's backing off. He doesn't like losing most of his hit points. He rather thinks that Artie's after him, and he'd be right. I am after him. I want his neck, and I don't know where he is. I'm hoping that my team will locate him. Nope, still nothing. Now this is awkward. Why won't they go forward and have a look? I think they're a bit afraid of that Stug 3G, who's just a little further down by the house. But in the meanwhile, the Panzer 3J has been spotted, and he's fairly close. And since I'm on sort of like the right level to actually get a shot into him, if my teammates can locate him and get him to stand still for a little while. No, we've lost sight of him as well. That's awkward. So we can't see the Churchill, can't see the Stug, and we can't see the Panzer 3J. The T67 is way off in the north-east corner, and he is a great concern. But at least we've got the FCM 36 Pack 40, and that tank destroyer is actually quite effective, even at taking down T67s. Unless, of course, the T67 is being driven by someone like Dave Williams. And then obviously it's deadly. The Marder's in the courtyard and he set fire to the Type 95 and he takes him out. Oh dear, this is bad news. Very bad news. And there's Marder outside. I get a reticule bloom just then because I'm at the edge of my limits. Okay, he backs off. If he can back off a little bit more, I might be able to put a shell into him. Okay, rounds out. And the Marder 38T on our team takes the other one out before my shell arrives. Okay, now the Panzer III has been spotted. He's close. So it's 4 of us versus 5 of them. They take down the Panzer IIIJ. Right, the FCM on the enemy team has been spotted. Unfortunately, I've got massive reticule at the moment, which is going to make it very difficult to get a shot in. But it does look like he's just turning. I fired a round in just on the off chance. But the Churchill and the Stug are still to the south. But we don't know where they are. The Marder's pulled back a bit. That's good, because that should give me some sight of the enemy to put some shells into them before the Marder has to take shots themselves. Loaded. Ready to go. Okay, there's the Churchill. And damn, I get reticule bloom again. And I'm having to let the reticule dial in. And the Marder takes out the Churchill for me, so I don't have to aim at him. But I think the Stug can't be too far behind. It's 3 versus 3. Now, what's going to happen? 3 versus 3. The FCM was over there. Was. Doubt if he's there anymore. Our FCM is looking from the ridge line in D6. Just poking his head round the corner, I think. That's all he's doing. The Marder's close to me at the moment, but I think he's going to go up onto the ridge line in D4 to have a look down, see if he can spot them. Or is he? No, he's changed his mind. He's actually turned around. He's using the bushes near me to try and spot the Stug. Now we're anticipating the enemy is going to make a move. Now the enemy is a Stug 3G, an M41 HMC and an FCM Pack 40. Now the Pack 40 is probably the most dangerous of those, I think. I know some people would say the Stug's the most dangerous, but that FCM 40 does punch quite a pack quite a punch. I just couldn't get my words out there. Okay, Marder's pulling away, but I'm staying where I am. Now I haven't got great view range, so this is going to be a bit of a problem. I may not spot the enemy until they're almost on top of me. So I'm pulling back my aim as much as I can so that I'm just looking in ahead of me. Basically, you know, within visual range almost, you might say. Close range. Still nothing. Right, there's the Stug. Yes, he is very, very, very close. And I take him out with one snapshot and back off immediately just in case I was spotted. I'm now going to relocate as quickly as I can. Now, was that Stug accompanied by anyone? Possibility is yes. The question is, who would have come up with him? Now, I'm going to a different position, but I'm facing the same way, facing the same threat, and I want to make sure that I'm set up to ambush. And what's that? The M41's behind me! How did he get behind me? Oh my gum, this is awful. So I move forward because I've got faster speed forward. I turn to face the enemy using the bank. I then look to get the auto lock and shotgun him right in the face. 152mm versus 155mm. And that's the end of the day. Okay. Now there's only one, it's 3 versus 1 at the moment. that FCM's 36 pack 40 versus the other two. I'm trying to join them in a position where I can help. And as I said, I thought that the FCM was the most dangerous of the three opponents. I took care of the other two myself, but this FCM could change the battle. What I'm trying to do right now, I'm trying to close the distance, go around this mount here, and then come down up the ridgeline, going down the 7 line, up the bank, and then I'll be above the FCM. So I've come out of the gap at G7 after going up that line. Now I'm set up, and that was my plan, but I stopped because I thought, the FCM had been seen and he'd taken out our FCM. So what was I waiting to do now? I was waiting for the FCM to appear. I fired a round in thinking he must be in those bushes. But nope, no joy. So I relocate again, just in case he saw my flash. Also to get a better angle. And the Marder's gone up where the other FCM was, having a look to see if he can find him. Okay, I'm reloaded. And he's been spotted! The enemy's been spotted. Okay. Now, question is, what will he do next? And he's taken out our Marder! It's me versus a tank destroyer. So, who's going to win? Well, I think you know who's going to win. Or do you? Is this going to be a disappointment for me? Or does he make a fatal error? There he is. He made a fatal error. He's come up to have a look. See if he can spot me through the bushes. And bang! That's the end of his game. Of course the arty wins. Of course we do. And it's only a second-class tanker for me. I get a bruiser medal for scoring at least 5 critical hits, crewing incapacitations or module damage. And I get a fighter badge because I only got 4 kills. But I got the kills that mattered at the end by taking out that Stug, the M41 and the FCM 36 pack, which was the last remaining enemy when it was 3 versus 3. So let's have a look at the team score. And I was second when it came to damage with 804. I was top when it came to kills with 4. And I was second when it came to base XP of 620. I fired 8 rounds, got 4 hits, 4 penetrations, 2 splash, damage of 804 hit points, and I did 432 at more than 300 meters. So obviously it was a lot closer with some of those. The M41, the Stug, they were much closer. I spotted 1 enemy vehicle. Obviously that was the M41. I damaged 5 and killed 4. I earned 24,176 credits, and after resupply of ammunition I took away 17,696 credits. I received 930 base XP on a premium count, times 2 for first victory of the day, and took away 1,860. So you see, you don't give up, you don't surrender, you just kill them all. That's all we do. So if you enjoyed this battle, please do give it a like and do subscribe to our channel, please, because it's there for the benefit of the members. And hopefully I will see you in the next replay.